Thank you very much for watching this video. It should be less than 30 minutes long. My name is Bernard Genge. I'm a really keen runner, cyclist, and outdoor enthusiast. And about 20 years ago, I bought an old watermill in Spain, and we're now providing running holidays and camps from there. And the purpose of this video is to give you an insight as to where it is, the kind of weather you can expect over there, give you a couple of examples of the camps and the holidays that we run for walking and cycling, including some prices, introduce you to our local guides who can take you out on the trails and keep you safe, the accommodation, and I hope by the end of it that I leave you really well informed and also inspired. Hopefully to ask for more information. So yes, the old Spanish mill trail running camps and holidays. That's what this is all about. So what are our objectives? I'll let you read the words as they come up, and I'll just add to them in just a moment. So we got two offerings: training camps, and these are really designed more for medium to advanced expert level runners, those who are willing to complete a mountain marathon or ultra distance, or perhaps that's their goal. And then we offer trail running holidays, which are designed for beginner to intermediate. Maybe somebody, you have a goal of completing a mountain half marathon sometime in the future. And as you'll see, we can be completely flexible with the design of both of these in a moment. But really what we're aiming to do, what the real objective is to give you an unforgettable experience. And by doing that, hopefully you'll come back and do it again with us. So we've all heard the saying location, location, location. So let's answer where it is. So this is the big map that you can see here is a map of the Andalusia region of sunny Spain. Now we are situated about here, which is just over an hour from Almeria and about an hour from Granada. For those of you that know Spain quite well, we're literally halfway between Malaga and Alicante. Now, in the grander scale of things, the map of Spain, we are in the Andalusia region, which is in the south of Spain. It's where many of the tourists go because of the weather. It's got fantastic weather with, as we'll see in a minute, a lot of sunshine every year. Now, a little bit more specifically, closer to us, this is just one picture of the Los Filabres mountain range, which is, we are situated at the foothold of this. The Los Filabres is the largest mountain range in the Almeria province of Andalusia. It measures over 50 kilometers in length, and its highest point, which is called the Calar Alto, is also the highest peak in the province of Almeria, and it hosts a really important astronomical observatory. Now, you can probably see by the picture that the landscape is pretty spectacular and it's really varied. We're actually on the edge of Europe's only desert, and its mountainous landscape is crisscrossed with forest trails and fire breaks. Now, also nearby is the Sierra de Baza National Park, and this is just a little picture of a part of that. It's named after the town of Baza, which is our nearest town, and its highest point is over 2,200 meters from where there's really are spectacular and superb views. On clear days, you can actually see the Cazorla National Park. And again, it's got rich green vegetation, a contrast to the arid plains that are surrounding it. There's many abandoned farms and villages scattered about the park, and that's real evidence of the Sierra's population decline over the years. And also near us is what's called Mount Jabalcon, and this is about 1,500 meters above sea level. And here we can see the stunning vision of Lake Negratan. Lake Negratan is one of Andalusia's largest freshwater lakes, and it's a really scenic destination to take some time out and enjoy the peaceful surroundings. Water sports are available here. And spending some time here, it really is like being transported to another world where you can experience total seclusion, and the only disturbances being the sounds of nature and the occasional fish jumping out and back into the water. And there's something, of course, all of us runners and cyclists and walkers are not interested in is that somewhere around this lake there is a nudist beach. But of course, as I say, we're not interested in that. But the general area here and the Almazora Valley, it really does have stunning countryside. Some commentators say it's some of the best in Europe. And there's views of olive groves, fruit orchards, and it is a meeting point of cultures, including prehistoric sites. There's the remains of Roman aqueducts, Moorish castles, whitewashed villages, and Spanish cuisine. And this area of Spain is really well served with high quality trails featuring a mix of climbs, a diverse mix of climbs, technical routes, beautiful long distance paths. And when the temperatures rise in the summer, the cooler climates of the higher peaks can provide a welcome relief to the surrounding heat. And as you can imagine, the distances are infinite, as are the possible routes. So variety is abound. Now, who is this for? In short, for runners and walkers. Ideal group size, somewhere between 6 and 9. And I say that because we have a minibus to do airport transfers and it takes 9 people. But the accommodation that I'll introduce you to in a moment can take up to 14. So larger groups can be catered for. Just talk to us and ask. So it's for runners and walkers who would like a cultural as well as a great running or walking experience. So before your arrival, we will discuss the experience of your group so we can cater for all abilities. And for a group of 8 or more, we'll provide 2 guides, one perhaps for the faster runners and another one for the others. And we can provide other options such as doing extra miles, extra kilometers for the more experienced or faster runners. Now, if your group wanted intense fitness and conditioning training to boost strength and stamina, just ask as we can accommodate that. Alternatively, at the other end of the scale, if your group are complete beginners and interested in just trying trail running for the first time, we can accommodate that and we can help give you the confidence to start exploring the hills on your own. We can give advice on footwear, other equipment, route planning, tips on hydration, navigation, and nutrition. Now, your camp or holiday can be adapted to fit your needs. I really need to emphasize that. The experience of your group, the fitness level, and however you wish. We'll discuss that with you. So we can have fewer miles, kilometers on each day, more days of running. We can include leisure days, leisure activities, and even guided walking days on a running camp or holiday. I love the saying, we are only limited by our own imaginations. But what we can guarantee is fabulous scenery, sights and sounds to distract you from the hills. But it's not only the scenery, it's the smells and the seasons which you'll soak up as you plod or run along. And it's a deeper connection to the countryside, spectacular countryside at that. We are really friendly. So just talk to us about what you need and what would work for your group, and we'll make sure we can provide that. So what about the weather? Well, something that most visitors to Spain come for, of course, is the weather. And with Andalusia enjoying over 333 days of sunshine a year, it's a genuine desire. Now, the average temperatures in our area are the coolest January, average of 12, hottest in August, 26 degrees plus. And as you can see in the little picture here on the left, on a really hot summer's day in August, it can get up to 31, 32 degrees. So pretty warm. Now, who are your guides? Well, on this side here, this is Raul, and on this side, this is Carlos, and they make up our leading team. They're mountain enthusiasts. They've accumulated many years of experience in the mountains, extensive knowledge about trail running and ultra running, both in terms of training, racing. They've completed most of the major races in Spain and Andorra during the last 20 years. Carlos is an accredited and experienced mountain guide. So these guys know they're running and walking in mountains. You're in safe hands. They also speak Spanish, of course, but also English. Now, this is just an example. And if you're trying to top up the kilometers here, is about 107 kilometers. But as I said before, flexibility is key. We can have more or less. The days will start off with self-serve breakfast at the mill, which I'll introduce you to in a moment. And the really keen runners could just go for a little warm-up run if they want to, straight out of the mill as we're on the Rambler, which is the old riverbed. And in the morning, you'll be doing activity, which is getting out and doing some running. You'll have a hot lunch back at the mill when you return, the accommodation. In the afternoon, there will be a technical workshop and then another evening meal at the accommodation or at a local restaurant. Now, the trail running holidays, the days here are similar to the previous example, but less intense. And in the afternoon, we've built in leisure activities. And I do emphasize again, these are just examples that can be designed around your needs. So for example, on the holidays, we can include some technical workshops as well. And on the camps, some leisure activities. Really a minimum of, I'm saying here, the prices for the examples that I've just shown you there. So work out about €679, £600 per person. And that includes just about everything. Now, I said the minibus will take up to 9 people. So for larger groups, you may want to include in the budget a hire car as well for the additional runners. Couples are welcome with a mix of runners and non-runners. So the minimum group size is really 4 runners. Now, for non-runners who are not, they won't be benefiting from the guided running, of course, the cost is €60 per night or €360 for the 6 nights, which includes the meals, and I'll give you an insight to that in a moment, and the accommodation. We do recommend on your travel insurance include ambulance and helicopter recovery from mountain areas, just in case anything were to happen. Now, airport transfers are included in the price from Almeria and Granada, which are our nearest airports. If, however, your flights are much cheaper from other airports further away, airport transfers are still possible, but there would be a small surcharge for the additional fuel in the minibus and additional time that the driver is out. So for Murcia, an additional €50 per person, and for Alicante and Malaga, an additional €70 per person. Now, food, we all like our food, of course. Vegan options and vegetarian options available, please ask before, let us know, and we can do that for you. Breakfast is self-served, as I said, cereal, porridge, toast, eggs, etc. All that sort of stuff's available. We'll have filter coffee there, traditional coffee, and a range of teas as well. Our food is good, wholesome food, either cooked on site or at a local restaurant and shipped into us and put into our oven until you get back from your run, depending on the group size. When you come back for your run, you won't be just given a sandwich or a baguette. You'll be getting a meal, good wholesome meal, as in the photograph here in front of us. Just a little insight to some of the leisure activities that are available. This is a natural spring at a place called Thela, which is not too far from us, where you can just sit around the large warm spring, go for a swim in it, followed by a visit to Saron Castle, from where there's really good views. This is the old mining village at a place called Las Minas up in the Los Filabres mountain range, steeped in history about the iron ore that used to be extracted from the area. There's a little remembrance plaque there, and also probably most importantly for us, spectacular views. This is a place called Mini Hollywood, where many of the famous westerns were filmed. So again, really nice leisure activity to engage in. And of course, we've got the minibus, we can take you there. The 2022-23 price is €22.50 per person. So if you want that leisure activity, please build that into your budget as well. Wine tasting, a local bodega, including tapas, really good few hours. I've done this before. I think it cost about 10, 12 euros, something like that. And they gave a really good background to how they make the wine. And then sit down around a big table, and they share with you the wines that match the various tapas that they deliver, give you in Spain. So again, really good. This is something we can provide at the mill as a leisure activity, is an introduction to Qigong or yoga or astronomy. So the prices for this, again, you'd need to build in, is for the yoga and Qigong, £20 an hour. The minimum is 6 people. And the astronomy, €35 per person for a 2-hour session. Now, Qigong, just if you're not familiar with it, is pronounced Qigong and was developed in China thousands of years ago as part of traditional Chinese medicine. It involves using exercise to optimize energy within the body, mind, and spirit, with the goal of improving and maintaining health and well-being. So I think it's a nice complement to running. And astronomy, of course, is the study of everything in our universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. So it includes objects that we can see with our naked eyes, like the sun, the moon, the planets, and the stars, but it also includes objects we can only see with telescopes or other instruments like faraway galaxies and tiny particles. Our expert in that is one of Spain's actually foremost astronomers. So we're really lucky in that respect that he lives nearby. And we can also take you to a traditional Spanish market at Baza, and then on to Lake Negratan, which I showed on a previous picture, where you can have a lunch on a lakeside beach. This is only available on Wednesdays because that's when the market is on in Baza. So let's have a look at the accommodation. It's been there a while. In fact, it's been there since 1722. So we're looking at a few hundred years now. I bought this place back in 2003 as a base for runners, cyclists, walkers, and for fitness and relaxation retreats because of its perfect location. Now, in summary, the main building here can accommodate up to 14 people. It's got a nostalgic feel with wooden beams, mill features. It's got a fully equipped kitchen, dining room, outside barbecue area. This here is the studio that's got mats and blocks, so for any kind of relaxation sort of work. Next to that is the laundry, and the little building between the studio and the laundry here is going to be a quiet relaxation area. Then we've got here a self-contained apartment. Then there's rooftop terrace here, really nice for relaxing on a nice sunny day with views down over the valley. We've got an above ground swimming pool here, and this is where the pool will be relocated sometime in 2023. It's a water reservoir that used to feed the mill, and it will be perfect location for the pool in there because it'd be totally secluded and we can have a nice surround around it. So that's a glimpse to the accommodation and what it looks like from the outside. So let's meet our team. There's me on the left-hand side with my little grandchildren, Charlie and Rosie, with number 150. That was at the completion of my 150th marathon. And they were kind enough to allow me to run over the finish line with my granddaughter and grandson. Then there's Carlos and Raul, who make up our leading guides team, who I've already introduced you to. Next to that is Jen and Deb. They're local ladies who live in the local village of Hiati. And they do all the changeovers, they arrange the meals, they do a lot of maintenance on the place, and they just make sure you get a really warm welcome, and everything you need is accommodated for. And then there's Tim, a long-lasting friend of mine. Tim and his wife Deb emigrated to Spain 20 odd years ago, speaks fluent Spanish, and Tim is a wealth of information, source of local information. He'll do the airport transfers. Tim is a builder by trade, and he also took on the job of renovating the building. Took a long time, and he put a huge amount of effort into it. So I kind of owe Tim a lot of gratitude for the hard work that he put in. So in summary, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. So if you want challenging, then yeah, we can really help you provide that. And there is something magical about running and walking, of course, because after a certain distance, it transcends the body. Then a bit further, it transcends the mind, and a bit further, and what you have before you laid bare is our soul. Now, for those of you that are experienced runners and walkers, it's one of those things where we can experience a huge range of emotions, many of them really positive emotions, and that's what we're hoping that you will achieve as well. Run often, run long, but never outrun your joy of running. And that is really our objective to you, to you never outrun your joy of running. It can, hopefully we might even reinvigorate you. Now, somebody once said to me, there's the three most important days of your life are when you were born. The second one you can choose could be when you got married, your kids, your grandchildren, etc. And the third one is when you actually find or clarify your purpose. Now, the old mill and where we are situated is one of those venues that can just help that. It certainly has helped me clarify my purpose in life. So thank you ever so much for watching this. Please talk to the person who referred you to this video, and they will help design your camp, your running camp, walking camp, or holiday. Alternatively, email me, bernard.genge@gmail.com, or send me a WhatsApp message at 447929 Please let me know who referred you to this video, because I'm working with a number of individuals who are kindly helping spread the word, and we're building it up just via word of mouth, and I just want to make sure that they're rewarded for helping me with this endeavor. So thanks ever so much for watching, and I hope that you are leaving informed and maybe a little inspired as well. Thanks ever so much.